go. But
things don't always go as planned. So all of the decking, is it decking? What do you call it? Decking boards? All of the decking, he doesn't know. He's in La La Land. You can tell he's not paying attention.
I have a lot of things in my mind.
All of the decking boards, I guess you would say, are completely done. Like the deck's finished, the deck. We're going to do a bit of an overhang and also install railing, but the stuff that we need for that is special order. So it's not here yet. We're just waiting, and we'll start that whenever it comes in. In the meantime, we're going to start working on like an under deck roofing system, which we'll get to in a bit. But first,
we have concrete to pour because we know rain's coming.
Yes, right? We're under a threat of severe weather, and I don't want to dig holes again by hand, because we're not going to run a machine and get it back out here. So if these holes get ruined, that's going to be us in there manually digging that up.
Surprisingly, it has not rained since we actually put these sonotubes in.
It's actually surprisingly dry here, so I'm worried that we actually are going to end up getting hit by this. I'm not so much worried about the high winds or the potential of large hail that they're calling for. I'm worried about digging those holes out by
I'm not going to run a machine again to do it again. We'll be digging them out by hand and fixing them. So we're going to nip that in the butt and go ahead and pour concrete.
Yeah, the thing is, I can't do that after that decking experience. I need some recovery time.
You need a break.
I do. I have mad respect for people that build decks, put sheathing on roofs, hang drywall, all those people.
That's still the hardest job to this day, is sheathing that roof right there. Any
was.
other job we did, that's definitely the most, I'm kind of, I guess, a scaredy cat when it comes to a little bit of height. So hanging up beside the house, putting it up was a little terrifying.
Plus it was just,
but I did it.
It was physically like we pushed up all those sheets. We even used like 2x4s or something to push those up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was a lot of work.
Probably not the safest strategy, but it worked. So each of these deck footings are about 10 inches by 10 inches wide for the sonotube, and then they're going down about 4.5 feet?
Roughly 4.5 feet, depends on which one, roughly.
So we're mixing around 4 bags of concrete per, I guess, I guess a little bit.
And it's close, it's not quite enough, so.
We're going back and having to mix just a hair more to top them off. But we're moving along pretty quickly, and in case you're wondering, the reason why we're not pouring directly from the concrete mixer into these sonotubes is because they're 10 inches. And
I guess when the mixer's huge, it'll just pour out everywhere. So we use the tractor and the bucket. We ain't wheeling that thing over here because that thing has no wheels. It does, it's torn off, but whatever.
It's a great machine. I
love it. It's better. It beats the hell out of a shovel and a wheelbarrow.
Yes.
So
it's seen us through a lot of projects.
Yes.
A lot. So all 4 of those deck footers are successfully poured without rain, believe it or not. So that feels really good to have that checked off our list because it's kind of been hanging over our heads. We got everything started and formed up, obviously, but we were also in the midst of the deck build and we didn't want to stop what we had already started. We were rolling with the deck build. We wanted to get it finished rather than just jumping back over and doing concrete, but at the same time, that's kind of time sensitive with weather, obviously. And then we kind of backed ourselves up into a wall right here where we potentially are going to get a big storm this evening, and that could have messed up all of our work and we would have backtracked. So I don't know, it gets kind of messy sometimes when you're trying to tackle too much at once. That's, I guess, what happens when you're building a house.
Yeah, that worked out great.
Looks good.
Yeah, so we started raining, grabbed those buckets, I saw that, like, that might fit. So put on there and pretty much dodged a bullet with that, because it was pouring.
It was, but those actually fit perfectly.
Yeah,
so who knew they could be concrete form covers?
Worked out good.
The footings for the deck turned out great, so now we're ready to get started on the roofing system for underneath the deck. But before we do that, I wanted to introduce you to the sponsor of today's video, MyMedic. MyMedic has a variety of first aid and trauma kits that are put together and nicely organized into one compact kit. I'm sure it is no surprise to you all that we keep a first aid kit on us at all times. Not only are we just a little bit over an hour away from a hospital, but we're building a house. We have kids that ride four-wheelers, ride dirt bikes. We're operating farm equipment and other heavy machinery. We're cutting down trees. We are literally an accident waiting to happen. The MyFac Advanced Kit that we keep on hand is jam-packed with everything that you would need in a first aid emergency. The kit allows us to keep life-saving tools in one place, all neatly packed into one durable bag, which makes it easy for us to keep on us whether we're at home or on the go. Plus, it's super organized and perfect for a range of situations, from bleeding to airway to burns, hydration, and more. Access to proper first aid equipment is essential for everyone, and MyMedic's goal is to prepare people with training and equipment to handle unexpected emergencies. Whether you're building a house, driving a car, going out hiking, it's so important to have quick and easy access to all of the essentials to handle emergency situations. If you are interested in checking out one of the MyMedic kits, like the MyFac Advanced, we have a link in the description box below where you can save 20% off your order. Now let's get back to the build.
So we're gonna put a gutter system under here because we're gonna have pretty much a DIY, what's it called?
Like an under deck roof.
Yes.
So Sort of, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so when it rains, we're under here, we have stuff stored on here, four-wheelers or whatever have you. The rain flows away, it's dry here, hits the gutter, goes on out.
Yeah, so there's systems that are made for this. Like Trex makes something, I think it's called Rainscape.
Very, very, very expensive.
Especially for a deck this size. Like maybe it would
Still
work
expensive.
for a smaller deck.
Still expensive.
But
we're going to do it the West Virginia way. It's going to be just as good.
Yes.
It's going to work, but it's going to save me a lot of money.
Yes, and it'll be fun to experiment and see how it works out. I mean, this deck is a honker. So, like, we're not going to drop that kind of money on that, you know. I mean, Josh's knees are going to start buckling when he sees the price tag on an under-deck roofing system for this.
Yes.
So we're going to do it DIY style.
Yeah, all just metal roofing and some gutters.
Yeah, and we're going to bend some flashing, and we're going to pop that thing up there, and hopefully we get a good old-fashioned rainstorm to see how it goes.
So when Aaron's in the doghouse, it's raining, she doesn't get wet. Good, it's good. So this is regular metal flashing. So we have the black facing up, the white facing down. We actually chose black roofing, so you look down through the cracks, you always see it's black.
Yeah.
Bottom's gonna be white, so it's all gonna match. But I'm gonna state the obvious here. I'm gonna get it. We should have done this a long time ago. We didn't know about all this Trex Rainscape stuff until after it's too late. We're gonna fight this a little bit, babe.
I know that.
You know that.
Yeah, I realize that just by looking at it.
So we're going to fight a little bit, wrapping it around the beam, but it's going to be well worth it. We should have done it before we did everything else, but
we didn't know it was even a thing.
No, we didn't. By the time we knew it was a thing, it was too late. So now we're doing it. We'll make do with it, and we'll make it work.
Yes, but if you're building a deck,
do it first.
Do it first.
Yeah.
But now you get to watch us fight it.
Take the long way home if it meant I'd go walking by your door.
Are you good on your end?
Yeah. That's the way to go. Inch it down a little bit, hit it with the hammer. We're going to put these back on. We'll screw these back in the same holes at the same locations right there. Before we screw the plate back into the beam, we're going to take more of the flashing, put it underneath, and it's actually going to L out like that. And that's when the rain comes down, it hits the beam, it's not leaking through the beam. It comes down, it flows down on the flashing, and the flashing is going to kick onto the roof. And the metal roofing is going to be ribbed. So it flows into where the rib is. The rib won't let the water flow over and out. It's going to flow in and just flow on down towards the gutter. That's how I hope it happens.
Okay, so these outer edges of the deck on this side and the other side are being done differently than the center 3 beams. The reason for that is on the inside, we obviously want to keep everything dry, so we're wrapping the flashing all the way up and around over top of the beam. But on these ones, we're just L-ing it because we're not worried about water here. Obviously, we're only worried about it here. And then we're putting some roofing caulk along the backside of it just to seal everything up and then reattach the hangers.
Yes, and those are the easy ones. It's taking some time. The ones in the middle are kind of a pain because the joists are sitting on top of that beam like this. So we're getting up in there, throwing the shoulder up, lifting it up just a smidge to push and work them in, to work them down and wrap that metal around and then drop it down.
And some of them are tighter than others.
Yeah, some of them are a lot harder to push up. Not sure why. Maybe probably the way the bow is in the lumber. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But
we're getting it done.
So it's 7:45 now, I think. It's getting late.
So we went through and we bent 6 sheets of the flashing last night before it was too dark, and we called it quits. That way we could just be a little bit more efficient today instead of like
no bending.
Bending and stopping and then installing and bending, stopping, installing. We could just put caulk on each individual piece and get it up there. There's only one beam that we still need to bend for. That's it. But all the rest are...
they're all bent. We bent them all last night. We did them all.
Oh, so we did more than 6 then.
We did, we did. I think we did, there's 4 extras. We did 10.
Yeah.
We did 10 left. So we did them all. We did them all. All of them are done.
So we're actually in a better position than I even thought. That's great news.
The reason why I pushed her through the night last night. When we go inside, like, nah, let's get these done.
I don't think, I went inside last night, I had like extreme brain fog. Like I don't even know what happened. It's all kind of a blur. Everything's blending together. I'm like tired.
So I'm tired too. But we'll bang these out and we'll get all the metal roofing up.
Yes.
That's gonna be a task. We're gonna need the kids to help on that, I think.
Yep.
Carter and Haiti.
Yes.
This is gonna be tough. A lot of these gotta go up.
Hold on, let me get this one. Alright, these ones are going well. This one right here is tight.
They're all tight, dude.
So some of these are a little bit tighter than we would like. This beam seems to be causing more problems than the rest.
It's heavy. It's just heavy. That's all. I'm gonna take that thing and push it up. We're gonna slide him up and get a hammer. Beat him up a little bit. It's gonna raise this up with the hair. So.
It's going. It's going. Good. It's going. It's going all the way through. There it goes. Wait.
Nah, you gotta go more.
No.
Go more.
Huh?
Hold it. More. There you go.
Oh, more. More. Oh, I got it.
You always through, girl.
Yeah.
Perfect. Alright. Take this guy down. Take him down. This is all gonna come back down.
Yes.
Right where we're supposed to be at. We'll leave him up. We actually leave him up too, because he's gonna slide in a little bit. Then if I put him down, we want it to overlap. It might. We'll see. We're going to pull this guy down and that guy down, leaving him in, and we can see what we can do through the front side. We might need to. Probably gonna have to do it again.
Yeah.
Take him out, put him over there, and get that side jacked up just a hair.
Yeah.
So keep in mind. So we're gonna go up just a smidge, so we can slide this under.
Yeah. Okay, so we are on the final stretch now, I think. We're going to be getting...
The hard part.
But I'm excited about this part.
Yes, but it's a hard part.
Do you think it's going to be that hard?
Yeah, it's 19 feet long. Got to double them up and pick it up.
Lifting, it's going to be heavy.
Wood on it, too.
But assembling, it's going to be easy. Because it's basically going to be 2x4s turned this way, 4 feet apart, all the way down, with metal roofing on top, screwed down. Then the hard part of lifting them up.
There it is.
But then we bring in the muscle, the boys, and then we're going to put up some hangers to attach everything. And there's going to be a slope on it, which I think you explained earlier. Did you explain that?
Yeah, 1/8 inch per foot, so like roughly 2.5 inches, I think, from edge to edge, roughly.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less. Not a big deal. It's water, so it flows down.
Correct.
So
4 bays,
yes.
2 boys,
Yep.
you and me, we'll
Yep.
get it done. You look enthused.
I'm just.
You look worried. Are you worried?
I mean, it's 19 feet long, you know.
So am I being optimistic here and thinking that it's not going to be as bad as you seem to think it's
I don't
going to
think
be?
it's going to be as easy as you think it's going to be now. That's where I'm at. But, you know, here's the thing. You know why? Because we need to get.
Could we lift one end up? And like lift the higher end up and get it on there and then get the...
I'm thinking something like that. I was thinking because the issue is we want to get from edge to edge,
Yes.
right? All those boards would be straight, okay?
Yes.
From edge to edge. So we just straight up. All we do is put that metal roof down. Mm-hmm. We measure it all, screw it in, the entire way up should be close, okay?
Right.
But I was trying to pick that heavy thing up and working it all in there so it's on both sides and with the hanger. So it's gonna be tough getting it in there. But what you were saying just a second ago, we need to put a board back there. That's
Yes.
the highest high end. This
Yeah.
is the low end. Or we can do it doesn't matter what side we do first, but get a board going underneath the beam, screwed to the bottom of the beam
Yes.
here, bottom of the beam there. We pick it up, we put it on top of that thing.
Yeah.
That's where the I guess the wood hanger is going to be at. And originally it was going to sit right on top of it.
Yeah.
We're going to pick this side up and work it in place.
Yeah.
But
Things don't
just
always
said
go as
done.
planned.
watch yourself, Ned.
Are you here to help?
She has 2 shoes on again, and they're both in the wrong feet.
I love that. That's that's one of Mommy's favorite things about you, right?
Yeah.
Look at that hair.
One, 2, 3, up. We're actually hanging down low like that too much. I actually put a screw in each one so it could kind of pivot a little bit. So start going back this way and start working its way up. Once we get everything up in the air, we'll go ahead and come back this way and get everything locked in and work way back down.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got the whole crew here.
I know.
Family meeting.
Chuck.
And Jack. Inspector.
So the metal decking on this side is done. We have it in place. So we're gonna go ahead and test everything out. I'm curious about this side. This flashing on here is a little bit shorter than that side. So I want to get this thing soaking wet with the hose. Preferably concentrate on this area here. It's gonna flow off of here, but I'm worried about it just flashing me a little too close to this edge right here and splashing out. We'll have to see. So, Haiti, fire it up!
Okay, so you can see that it's spilling off of the end of this. So it's actually working, it's coming out. Eventually there's going to be a gutter here, so it's not really going to be like that. But it's not coming out of this area right here. It's making its way all the way down to here. This over here is the opposite side, which we have not done yet. And then this is the side that has the roof on. So this is not coming down right here. It's just coming down the opposite side, which obviously we don't have the roof up yet. So obviously that was a hose, not an actual like natural rain. So there is a little bit of a difference there. You're not gonna have so much concentrated in one area with a natural rain as you would with a hose where the whole spout is just pouring directly down on it. But it gives us a good feel for how it's going to work and if it's going to work, and it looks like it is.
You agree?
Yeah. Are we moving these over to the other side?
Yeah.
Start over. But that one looks like it's low.
Which one?
That one right there where your hand's at.
What's love like? There ain't no way in hell, it's slow.
He's done! How's he tried? He's got him! Oh!